the James Webb Telescope. For decades now, the Hubble Space Telescope has been providing us with incredible, groundbreaking, and beautiful images of space and the universe. But NASA is about to launch an upgrade. The James Webb Telescope has been long time coming after suffering various delays, but it's finally here. And you have seen that the Webb is shining in golden color. Why? I will tell about it later in this video. There will also be a Hubble versus Webb comparison in this video. Hi friends, I am AK. Are we alone in the universe? It's easily one of the biggest of all the big questions out here. But whatever answer you prefer to give and whichever theory you tend to side with, the fact remains that we so far haven't found evidence of alien life. We have been searching for years and have had various close calls, but still, life on Earth is the only life we know about. But that could be all about to change. The James Webb Telescope probably goes down as one of the most eagerly anticipated space missions of modern times. Plans were first made for it back in 1996, just 6 years after the Hubble was launched. Back then, it was built as a next generation telescope. But the team behind it didn't imagine quite how far into the next generation we would have to get before the Webb got off the ground. In the early 2000s, it was all about planning, replanning, evaluating cost and re-evaluating cost. The look and feel and direction for the Webb constantly evolved, and with passing the time as new technologies emerged and also budgets fluctuated. Now, in 2021, it's an international operation led by NASA with ESA, the European Space Agency, and CSA, the Canadian Space Agency, collaborating. The original planned launch date in 2007 has been pushed back and back more than 10 times. In fact, but NASA is now confident that it will make its latest scheduled launch in October 2021. But what can we expect from the Webb after all this time? The budget for it has now risen past $10 billion. So what has all that money produced? The James Webb Telescope will be able to see further through the universe and therefore further back in time than the Hubble can. What I mean by back in time is the light. As you all know that light travels at approximately 2.99 lakh kilometers per second. But the universe and we will continue saying so, but it won't end. That directly means as far as we can see the objects, they are as old as that, because light takes time to reach us. In fact, anything we see, even on this beautiful earth, is some time old. That means our eyes have no power to see the present or future. Whatever we see is the past. It may not be minutes or even seconds old, but it may be some decimals of a nanosecond, probably even less. But the Webb telescope will use this as its advantage to see events as close to the Big Bang. The Webb also has a good infrared image capability. That means it can capture many more objects probably not visible by other telescopes. If we compare, the Hubble telescope has very limited infrared capability and mostly takes in optical and ultraviolet wavelengths. So, what does this mean? Infrared is a longer wavelength on the electromagnetic spectrum. It therefore penetrates deeper into space and through regions that might have previously absorbed visible light, such as vast cosmic dust clouds. Over the years, we have grown used to the majestic, vibrant images produced by Hubble, and we can expect more of the same. But the Webb images will look so different. Most notably, they will look buzzier because they will be capturing so many more objects within their scope. It will be as though there are fewer obstacles in the web's line of sight, which means that more of the universe than ever before will be revealed to us. And that's why, if there are aliens to discover, then the Webb telescope will be able to discover them. From the point of view of this telescope, there are far fewer hiding places left in the cosmos. It sees more of the universe in general, but it also reaches further back in time, may also reach the Big Bang. If this really reaches to the Big Bang, then all the mysteries, all the biggest questions will be answered. So if we say Hubble versus Webb, what comes in your mind? So, this image here shows the difference between visible light cameras and infrared light cameras. Both images are captured by Hubble, but the Webb can go closer and even more closer. The Webb will capture infrared images with even more detail, and as far it can capture, the time will also be much closer to the Big Bang. NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, which is leading the mission, explains that while Hubble could reach toddler galaxies, the Webb will go even further to baby galaxies. This comparison relates to the fact that an infrared telescope can cut deeper into the universe, with best estimates claiming that the Webb will be capable of seeing as far back as just 300 million years post-creation, maybe 13.5 billion years ago. This is faintly mind-blowing, as now not only we are expecting more finely detailed images of space than ever before, but we are also going to see our horizon pushed considerably further back as well. The Webb is now scheduled to launch in October 2021, but however, it won't be operational until early 2022. A major reason for this can be found in where the telescope will be based. While the Hubble orbits Earth at around 350 miles up, the Webb will be almost 1 million miles away at the L2 Lagrange point. This is a very particular spot in the solar system. This means that sunlight and Earth light will only ever come from one side, as the Webb will effectively track Earth's orbit around the Sun. This is important for the mission because infrared telescopes need to be kept as cool as possible. The Webb therefore has a massive tennis court sized solar shield on one side, protecting it from the Sun and the Earth. The unfolding of the solar shield will be one of the most exciting, as the telescope will go from being densely packed during transit to assuming its true shape. This solar shield is the golden mirror on the telescope. Right now, it is being tested. It is about 6.5 meters wide. But you may be asking that why it is made of gold? Why not of any other metal? Are they really wasting money, or something's really behind it? Yes, something's really behind it. I don't know if you know or not, but gold reflects most of the light fell on it, more than any other metal. That's why gold is used, so the Webb may have a longer lifetime. So what are your predictions for the James Webb Telescope? What do you think and hope it will reveal to us? According to even the most optimistic time frames, its mission may only last for 10 years after launch, which means that by the early 2030s, it could all be over. But what mysteries will it have solved by then? The Webb will launch in October 2021 and begin beaming back images in 2022. It will allow us to see more of the universe and in greater detail than ever before. And perhaps it will even usher in a new age of knowledge and enlightenment. And that's why NASA's new space telescope could finally cross off one of our greatest unknowns by discovering alien life. This year means 2021 is a very great year for scientists, because the landing of Perseverance rover on Mars, the flying of Ingenuity helicopter, and now this. To watch Perseverance rover video, click on the video on the left side, and for Ingenuity video, click on the video on the right side. Subscribe for more interesting videos like this, and goodbye till the next video.